Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Mr. Elie here. I'm your French teacher. Well, if you are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and press the notification button to not miss any upcoming videos. And please do share the link with your friends or in your groups and let them join us for this YouTube channel where learning is free. Well, last time we studied about le passé récent. Today, we are going to study about le passé composé. Well, passé composé is a very long topic. I'm going to divide it into two for you to understand. So we are going to study with first passé composé with avoir. Then after we study passé composé with être. With that being said, come with me. Let's begin. So first thing you have to understand is the rule. So with passé composé with avoir, you have this rule. Subject plus avoir conjugated in present tense according to the subject plus the past participle of the main verb, or if you prefer, the given verb. In this rule, subject plus avoir in present tense plus the past participle of the main verb. What is the main issue here? Well, the main issue is always the past participle of the main verb, because you already know what is the subject, you already know what is how do you conjugate the verb avoir, right? So that's not a big issue. By the way, if you do not know what is the subject or how to conjugate the verb avoir, please, I will later a link below in the description. Go there and you will have my previous lesson on the present l'indicatif, where you can learn how to conjugate the verb avoir in present tense and also how to understand the subject of the verb. Well, now let's see what we call past participle of a verb. So we are going to start first with the past participle of regular verbs. Then after, we will go with the past participle of the irregular verbs. So the first thing, let's learn the past participle of regular verbs. Remember, we said that we have three types of regular verbs in French, which are what? ER, IR, and RE verbs. Similarly, we are going to use the same thing here. So, first thing, how do we form the past participle of ER verb? Quite easy. Remove the ending, the R at the end, and add an accent aigu at the end. For example, if we take parler, which means to speak, it is P-A-R-L-E-R. So the past participle for parler is parler. Don't be confused if you have the same sound, because of the A, accent aigu give the sound A. So, parler you have there, it will be parler, P-A-R-L-E, with accent aigu on top of the E. Let's take one more, danser, D-A-N-S-E-R. So the past participle for danser will be danser with your D-A-N-S-E with accent aigu on the E. Now, let's move on to the past participle of IR verbs. To form the past participle of IR verbs, it's quite simple, same thing. Remove the R at the end, and the remaining is your past participle. What do I mean? Let's take an example here. Finir, finir, to finish, F-I-N-I-R. So, how do you form the past participle of finir? Remove the R and you have a fini. F-I-N-I. F-I-N-I, fini. Finished. Now, let's move on with the past participle of RE verbs. Here is it. Remove the entire RE and replace it with what? U. Let's take an example. Vendre. V-E-N-D-R-E, which means to sell. The past participle for vendre is vendu, V-E-N-D-U. Well, we have just studied the entire past participle of all the regular verbs which exist in French. Now, you may want to have a list of all the regular verbs in French, but no, you don't need it because there are so many, you don't need it. So what you need is what to understand and memorize the past participle of the irregular verbs. That's where the problem lies. Now, let's jump to the past participle of irregular verbs. Unlike the regular verbs, the irregular verbs do not have a pattern. They do not follow a major rule. They keep on changing. That is why we call them irregular. So, how do we do it? Now, by now, you ought to know the list of the irregular verbs. I believe that your teacher gave you some irregular verbs in class. When you were studying present tense, she or he gave you a list of irregular verbs. Those are enough for you in your class. I mean, second PU or even 10th or 11th, those are what you need. So, with that being said, let's move on with the past participle of the irregular verbs. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Here is one example that you guys know, avoir, A-V-O-I-R. Of course, it will seem like IR verb, but avoir is irregular verb. What is the past participle of avoir? The past participle of avoir is U. Yes, you heard me well. U. What is U? E-U. So avoir, A-V-O-I-R, past participle, U. E-U, which is God. Now let's take one more. Être. Être means what? To be. What is the past participle of être? Et. E accent aigu, T, E accent aigu. In English, I with accent aigu, T, I with accent aigu. So, être is to be, été is been. If so, we have been. Right, so that's the been is the past participle of to be. So, été is the past participle of être in French. Now, are we going to list all of them here in this video? I don't think so. We don't need to list all of them. I need to give you a workshop, a link where you are going to have all those past participles in a website. So I'm leaving a link in the description section there. Please go there and look at past participle of the irregular verb. Click on the link and it will take you to a worksheet where you have all those past participles there. So now we can't close this part of Passé Composé with avoir without a tangible example. Now, let's take one or two examples and see how it goes. In your exam or in your exercises or in class or in class, this is how we usually give you. Let's take an example. Let's say, nous, in bracket, parler with infinitive, then au prof. Nous parler au prof. Now, we are asking you to put that sentence or the verb which is in bracket in Passé Composé. What will be your first approach? Your first approach is to remember the rule. What is the rule? Subject plus what? Avoir, conjugated in present tense, according to the subject, then the past participle of what? The given verb. Then you can write the remaining sentence. So let's use the sentence. Nous parler au prof. What is your subject here? Nous. So first thing, you write down nous. Then after nous, what do I write? Avoir conjugation for nous. What is avoir conjugation for nous? It is a avant. So nous avons. Then after that comes what? The past participle of parler. It is a parler. P-A-R-L-I with accent aigu. So nous avons parlé au prof. Easy. So, one more example. I gave you, okay, let's take vendre. So, elle vendre sa voiture. Elle vendre sa voiture. What will be the answer for that? Elle is the subject of the verb, so I write first elle. How do I conjugate avoir for elle? A, only A. Elle a. Then, what is the past participle for vendre? Is a vendu. So, elle a vendu sa voiture. Shall we take our IR verbs? Yes. Vous finir votre devoir de maison. Vous finir votre devoir de maison. So, finir is a given verb in brackets. So, what is your subject here? Vous. So, first thing, write vous. Then what? How do I conjugate avoir for vous? Vous avez. So, avez. Vous avez. Then what is the past participle for finir? Fini. So, vous avez fini votre devoir de maison. It's quite easy. So, you may wonder why I'm not taking the example of irregular verb. So let me give you one irregular verb then. So which one we took? We took avoir, right? Avoir, it is eu. So let's say je is my, okay, let's say je avoir une nouvelle voiture. Je avoir une nouvelle voiture. Avoir is the given verb in bracket. So here, let's say je, how do I conjugate avoir? Oh, now one thing I should insist on, many of my students, when we give you avoir as the helping verb, you tend to be confused when avoir is the given verb. Avoir being the helping verb or being the auxiliary verb here, avoir is not excluded from the main verbs. So avoir can be given again and again. So that's why here you have your main verb is avoir. So don't be confused, okay? That's very important. So avoir can be used anytime. So which means we are going to have two avoir in the sentence, right? So see how it goes. So how do I conjugate avoir as the helping verb? Here it will be j'ai, ai. So J apostrophe ai. J'ai. Then what is the past participle of avoir, the given verb avoir, which is in bracket? It is eu, eu. So j'ai eu une nouvelle voiture. J'ai eu une nouvelle voiture. Simple. Thank you very much for visiting my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and share the link with a friend for them to join us on this YouTube channel where learning is free. Thank you.